Obi Wan Kenobi is finally on Disney Plus. Let's talk about it.
Like, comment, and subscribe for more content.
Where's the notification bell?
It's to the right of you.
Oh.
What's up, guys? It's DK Wrestler here, and in today's video, I'm going to be doing a review on the first 2 episodes of the Obi Wan Kenobi Disney Plus series. And because this channel is also mainly a Funko channel, we will be also reviewing about the new Funko Pop announcements that were made this past Wednesday as a part of a new thing made by Star Wars and Funko called Obi Wan Wednesdays. And I will mention this before I begin the actual series review portion of this video, is there will be a bit of spoilers involved. So if you have not seen the Disney Plus Obi Wan Kenobi series yet, go watch the 2-episode premiere on Disney Plus and then come back to this video because there will be some spoilers mentioned. But if you have seen the Obi Wan Kenobi series, let's get right into it. Man, this series was great, at least for the 2 episodes we've gotten so far. I felt the series has brought in so much nostalgia as terms to bringing up things about the prequels and bringing up things about, I guess, the original trilogy, or at least setting up for the original trilogy. I like how they kicked off with that kind of recap about the prequels, where essentially it's recapping different events from Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith, and then also right at the beginning giving us kind of more of a different side of the attack as terms to Order 66. I really liked how they tapped into that with the younglings. It was really cool to see the Inquisitors in the series also. I really enjoyed that because I was actually more of a fan of Rebels than I was of the Clone Wars, so seeing the Inquisitors, especially the Grand Inquisitor, and something that definitely needs to be talked about and what I felt really made this series is the character development along with Obi Wan Kenobi himself. It was really awesome to see what they had done with the Obi Wan Kenobi character in this series so far, especially how he's still kind of more of like a broken down man as terms to the events that have happened, how he still thinks about that day of the battle with Anakin Skywalker. He has the nightmares, as you see. He's basically trying to blend in with society as he works in this kind of job where I want to say that he's some sort of butcher because it looks like meat, but knowing the Star Wars saga, it could be something to do with the spice, as always mentioned in the Star Wars series. He has really kind of went incognito, especially because he goes by Ben Kenobi, as originally mentioned in A New Hope, so it's a little bit of a backstory of how he was Ben Kenobi, obviously, because that would be his incognito name. And as mentioned in the Revenge of the Sith movie, he is still doing his, like, I guess, mandatory task of looking over Luke Skywalker and seeing what him and his family are doing to make sure that they are safe. And there is even the interaction with Owen at that one point where Owen is basically not having it. He's saying, I don't want you anywhere near us. I don't want Luke to become a Jedi because we all know what happened to Anakin. And seeing Obi-Wan basically have little to no self-confidence left in this series so far is just very smart on the people who wrote the series. And another thing I definitely needed to bring up, and it was a big surprise, which is why I definitely had to mention about spoilers, is not only do we get to see what Luke Skywalker is doing around this time, but we do get to see what Leia is doing. And that was a huge surprise to me, is to see what Leia is doing in Alderaan. Obviously, as mentioned in Revenge of the Sith, the twins had to be separated. Luke went to Tatooine and Princess Leia went to Alderaan. And we got to see what her life was like in Alderaan and how she was treated and what her parents were like. You got to see the same actor that played as Princess Leia's adopted dad. So to see him come back for this was really cool. I forgot his name, but he's in a bunch of different TV shows and movies. One Easter egg that I did realize when watching the series was a little glimpse of C-3PO. I've never been so hyped to continue watching a Disney Plus Star Wars series like Obi Wan Kenobi. I was pretty hyped with the Book of Boba Fett, but there's something about Obi-Wan, and especially being a fan of mainly Revenge of the Sith for the prequels and seeing the storyline unfold from there, and basically 10 years later for here, was just so great to see, and I can't wait to see more of this character development that we are seeing with Obi Wan Kenobi. Even though he is starting to get his self-confidence back, it is slowly gaining up. And this is definitely a huge recommendation for people to watch if you are a Star Wars fan. So now I bring up about the products announced by Funko, which there were essentially 4 pops and then 2 pocket pops, which I actually might as well start off with the pocket pops and the pop rides, you can say it is, or pop deluxe, which we got ourselves 2 pocket pops, one of Obi Wan Kenobi and one of Darth Vader, which makes sense because these are essentially the focal points of this series. The pop rides, or the pop deluxe, whatever you want to call it, is actually a pretty cool Funko Pop. I do enjoy the way that this is, and it's cool that they ended up making a rides like this, because you do see within the couple of episodes that basically one of Obi Wan Kenobi's main transportation methods as terms to where he is hiding and where he works is essentially this, I think it's called Elope, I'm pretty sure it's called. The name of the thing is, I think, Ben Kenobi riding on Elope or something like that. And yes, like I mentioned about the review, he does go by the name Ben Kenobi as his kind of incognito name because people would only know of Obi Wan Kenobi, so he's going by Ben Kenobi. But at the same time, if you're going incognito, why wouldn't you just call yourself Ben and then something else instead of Kenobi? Because then people would just assume already right there, oh, that's probably Obi Wan Kenobi. But overall, this rides is actually really cool. I like the overall design. And then we'll look at the 3 pops that are here, which we got ourselves Obi Wan Kenobi right on the top center there. We got Reva, which is one of the Inquisitors, on the left side, and then of course Darth Vader on the right side. I'll start off with the Obi Wan Kenobi, where this pop is pretty cool. You obviously have somewhat of the look that he had in Revenge of the Sith, except his hair is longer. He's still got that beard, and you can definitely tell that this looks like Ewan McGregor just by looking at this, because there are a lot of actors when Funko makes pops of where it's like, okay, this kind of looks like them, but it doesn't really. But with this Funko Pop, you can definitely tell that this looks like Ewan McGregor. I like the way that they made the hair like brownish, blondish a bit. It's not a totally dark brown. I really like that, and especially the facial expression that Obi-Wan Kenobi is doing. Really cool. He's holding a lightsaber. It's not ignited, but it definitely makes sense at that point. We got Reva, one of the Inquisitors, who is just hell-bent throughout the series on knowing that Obi-Wan Kenobi is still alive, but at the same time, the Grand Inquisitor is not believing her one bit. Most of the Inquisitors are believing that Obi-Wan Kenobi is dead. All that's left as terms to the Jedis are essentially kind of like scraps, as they mentioned, people who aren't that important, I guess. Reva ends up proving that Obi-Wan Kenobi is still alive, and she even does that with that trick by doing the plan of getting Leia captured, which would force Obi-Wan to have no choice but to go save her. I think the overall pop design is really cool. I even love the detail as terms to the braided hair. I think it obviously makes sense. That's her hairstyle, and I like how they did that. And I wish the lightsaber was ignited, but at the same time, I'm sure there's going to be some sort of movie moments involving Reva that Funko is going to make in the near future, because obviously these pops aren't going to be the only pops involved in this series, I would assume. And last but not least, we have ourselves my favorite Star Wars character of all time, Darth Vader. And even though that in the 2 episodes we've gotten of Obi-Wan Kenobi, we did not actually get Darth Vader in the suit. We only got that glimpse really either in the dreams that, or not dreams, but nightmares that Obi-Wan Kenobi has had, or right at the end of the 2nd episode where Obi-Wan's like, Anakin, and then you see Darth Vader in the meditation chamber with kind of like that respirator. So it's not really a spoiler as terms of this pop, because we already knew, like I mentioned, that Darth Vader was going to be a crucial part of this series. And obviously Funko, knowing how popular Darth Vader merchandise is, they're going to make a Darth Vader pop, and I wouldn't be surprised if there is more than just this Darth Vader pop when it comes to the lineup of Obi-Wan Kenobi Funko Pops. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be the end of today's video. If you enjoyed today's video on my series review and my discussion of the recent Funko Pops for the Obi-Wan Kenobi Disney Plus series, make sure you smash that like button. Comment in the comment section below and let me know your opinion on the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and especially the Funko Pops that were announced. And as said in the intro, make sure you press that subscribe button for more content like this video in the future, and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching today's video, and hope to see you guys next time. 1, 2, 3. I'm out of here. Follow us on all of our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at A Funko Popcast. If you want to check out some of our other content that's featured on our channel, you can click either the playlist that's on your screen right now featuring previous episodes of our weekly podcast, A Funko Popcast, or we have suggested a video for you guys in relation to today's video.